Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of the Undefeated podcast.
The only podcast with two undefeated fighters, fam.
Chatting it up. Listen, if this is your first time rocking with us, welcome, man.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah,
Take
welcome.
a seat, get comfortable. There's drinks over there, there's
Remove
snacks
your
over
shoes.
there, and there's smoke over here.
Remove your shoes. I don't know why they have to go remove their shoes. You know when you go to people's houses and it doesn't warrant the shoe take off.
Oh, that's crazy. But you know when they still enforce it, but you're looking at dirt.
You're like,
Yeah, well, if anything, my shoes are gonna get dirty.
I feel for that. I feel for my socks right now, bro. Like,
I don't want my socks in here like this on contaminated floor. That's crazy.
Oh man,
There's socks on the unswept floor in the kitchen.
On the unswept floor, you're just kicking up mad debris, fam. You're the new mop. Nah, no. What in the Swift is going on, bro? Nah.
Disgusting now.
Mad Cocoa Pops on the nah. Sort it out, bro. Sort it out.
The pieces, bro.
Yeah. The hard. You know when it's been there for too long, so it's hard as well.
It hurts. Rice grains.
It's giving you Christmas decoration settings, bro.
What type of establishment are you running here?
You are an absolute disgrace.
Yeah, bro. Let's get into it.
Bro, this has been a mad weekend. Joe Joyce, Joseph Parker. You listen, I gotta say,
wait, you're just gonna skip over the tail of the tape like that?
Oh, sorry, fam. Sorry.
I was surprised. We don't have to waste time on it though. I'll quickly do mine.
What's your tail of the tape, bro?
Yeah, you come on, man. Oh no, never fought, never lost. If I did, someone gets knocked out. It's definitely not me, fam. When you talk about how tall I am, again on box record, it does say shorter than Travis, but they say power, mad ting, strength. Eric, speed, mad thing. Again, flexibility is growing, it's developing. We're not there yet, but I'm doing things I've never seen me done in the gym before. I'm doing things where even boxers are like, how's he doing that?
How's he bending like that?
How's he bending like that? That's what I'm doing now. Just no, that's me, bro. Talk to me. What's yours?
Flexibility of the boxer stat is insane.
Flexibility of boxer.
How do you grade it?
Hey, but we, you know what? Boxrec needs to cut the check, you know. Because we be out there really promoting that. Like there's no other like rival website. There must be one though.
Fair though, BoxRec is the one. They are the
one in it. Yeah. Still let them cut the check though, man. Every day we talk about it every episode. Come on, man. 100 and something episodes. Come on,
man. What's my tail of the tape? What can I say?
Come on,
undefeated. You know, that's something I could really be proud of. You know, 2-0, boasts a wonderful knockout ratio of 50%.
That's what
half the men that entered the ring with me, they left on their backs.
That's what they did.
You know, last week I conducted an experiment just to test what the human body was capable of.
You've been doing it for 2 weeks, actually.
Not my human body, as I'm different to a lot of other people on this planet. So I decided to run a marathon every 20 minutes. With 20-minute intervals. It does take me around 40 minutes to run a marathon. I know that's probably faster than the standard guy that we watch where we actually watch the marathon, but for me that's normal. So I've been doing it 20-minute intervals. I feel a bit under the weather this morning. I finished my last run just half an hour ago, and I'm now like, okay, I probably needed some liquids. So it's a bit weird. I'm still on weight. Fortunately, I didn't lose weight. You know, running doesn't actually burn weight for me. I stay on fight weight pretty much whenever I want to. It's just more so now I'm like sniffles, you know, such things. But I'm good though. I'm ready to fight this Saturday. You know, shit my phone ring.
Your life, because that's the boxer's handbook. Look, I'm in the best of my life. I'm going into this one.
I'm doing new PBs.
So confident, mate. I mean, now let's get into it, bro. There's so many places we can go again. You got to. Go on. Do you want to quickly do a little overview?
Okay, go on then.
A little overview. Obviously, shout out to Terry Harper again. Does it against ranking. What a fighter. What skill. Again, bro, the things you've been saying, about, speed. Just like being that, and then speed and efficiency and great boxing.
Yeah.
Just outdoes power, because once again, ranking was in there with the power, couldn't get it done. And again, she just made her look. I was like, right, this is what Shields versus Marshall's gonna look like. I was in there thinking, damn, could it be one of those? But anyway, we'll leave that to the side. We saw our boy Chevron Clark as well. He's back in there. Special mention to him. It's mad because he's had his debut in 2022, bro. He's old. Like, it's mad. But then I know he's gone through. I know he's on Olympians. It took a while, but again, he's dangerous. It's a good person to have in the cruiserweight division. Again, he's still got to clean up, fix some things, but you need more faces, more names in that division. So I'm excited about that.
He looked good as well.
He looked good. Again, he stopped the Argentine, and this guy's never been stopped before in that way. So shout out to Chev. Who else is there that I thought was there's a Kid Galahad. You know what? Against Hughes, yeah. I'm off the Kid Galahad hype train. I am.
You were on that.
Not on it, but I was excited. You know, I just thought like this should be interesting. I was more excited than anything. I thought, you know, it's a bit of kind of unconventional in his style. I thought, you know what, let's see what happens. And this was like a comeback fight for my against Maxi, and you could just tell it was one of those fighters that he said, if he's fighting, I'm not in a rush to watch him again. He's onto that list. He's gone onto that list. So there was intrigue, is what I want to say. So we're not hype train.
I'll be honest.
Intrigue. Yeah, go on.
I don't think there's ever been a time I've been like, yeah, Kid Galahad, let's watch that. Like Kid Galahad's career is always. I just remember him from when he was like up and coming, and I just felt like the career branding level of his it never changed. It stayed on that thing where it's like you'd show up to watch the fight, and then up next, Kid Galahad takes on and you're just like, sake, man, hurry up. And he's giving us 10 rounds of his best. And it's just, that's just kind of how...
But I'm saying I'm at the point where, you know, he's gone into the McKinson pile for me. It's like, nah, I'm not going to watch it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
That's what I mean. So, you know, like, there was intrigue, and I was like, oh, what happens here? And it's like, nah, I just don't actually enjoy watching you fight anymore. So you're over here now. But yeah, big up to him, though. He didn't win. All the best with that. There's a kid that I'm looking at that's now on the watch list. Keyshawn Davis.
Oh
I'm watching that. I'll be paying attention to that career. It's interesting. You know, we got a new heavyweight in the scene as well. What was that guy's name again? The last guy that we want to mention for an Argentinian. He fought the same guy, that big phrase.
Solomon Dakers.
Yeah. Went all the way again. You now put some more respect on Big Frage, fam. That's a maestro. But yeah, let's get to it, man. I think that's that's all we need to talk. Cool. I mean, Mikey Garcia as well picked up a win, but cool.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, no, I watched a lot of the UK side of boxing. I didn't really catch the Shakur Stevenson fight. He fought as well. He lost his belt on the scales, but he won.
Should we quickly cover that? Let's cover that. Let's quickly cover that, because again, he has to go up. He has to go up to a weight that he's comfortable at. Again, he said he's prepared perfectly. He's done everything he needs to do to hit his ideal weight. He just can't hit that weight no more. Now that takes him into the field with the Lomas, into the bad boys, the Haneys, the Art of War, baby. Yeah, he takes him into that, and this is a good.
He's gonna be just fine. He's gonna be just fine in there.
This is a good place for him to be. This is a good I'm excited about what this means. I'm excited about this next step. You know, you talk to yourself and you think, who's he gonna fight? Is he gonna go straight in and do you think a Loma fight makes sense for him? Or do you think it's I mean,
it's not that you avoid Loma, but
you said Loma's on his way down in terms of he can't.
No, I said it's not that you avoid Loma. It's just I think he's not the biggest fight in the division now. Like the Haney fight, the Tank fight, the Garcia fight, those fights are gonna get excitement and fanfare. The Loma one will do well, but the numbers.
I thought you said wet his beak in that level, in terms of.
No, I'm just thinking. Yeah. I reckon he's gonna want some excitement. Obviously, look, take on Loma. Loma's gonna be exciting for us boxing fans that we're gonna watch anyway. But in terms of the excitement and getting the thing going at 135. I think if you can go and get a Tank fight, that'd be insane. I mean, but then let's keep it likely here. So he's top rank. So that does mean Loma or who else is on top rank?
It doesn't matter.
It might just be Loma, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, if that is the one that makes sense, go get it. But then after that, get out of top rank, fam, and start.
Where's Haney though? Because Haney's in a weird little contract thing.
He's with Hearn. He's on this, like, he's on an away day. He's on an away day to get the belts, but he's still kind of got the loyalty to Hearn, I believe. Okay. So what these guys need to start doing, as the cheat code, 1 fight or 2 fight contracts.
Yeah,
it can't sustain any other way. But
All right. Listen, big up to you, fam. Listen, Shakur Stevenson, we're invested. We can't wait to see the next decision. Get that. Let's get that 135 thing getting crazy. That's all I want. Yeah. And adding your name into the pile, it does make sense. So anyway, let's do it. Joe Joyce, the Jugger.
Juggernaut. I was like, bro, look, man, I like Joe Joyce, yeah. It was a good performance.
Let's start with love. Let's start with flowers. Let's start with love. Again, so I'll start with love just in case, because I started it, to be honest. It's my bad. Yeah, all right, cool. Listen, this guy is something different. When you talk about fitness, because that was something that was on display in that fight. Yes, he's moving. Yes, he's not moving as quick as you would hope and as quick as you expect, but he just stays with it. He's got that gear that is persistent. It's pressure. He's a pressure fighter, but then he just gives you no time to rest. And he's actually starting to the good traits that he has in terms of he's heavy, his weight, and just leaning. When you talk about in the grapple and stuff, he'll just lean on you, rest on you on the ropes. Parker is just sapping energy. As soon as Parker has to push him off, he can't. People are looking at Parker thinking, why are you getting hit with shots like this? What do you call it? Joe Joyce is allowing this to happen. Why? It's just constant pressure. The guy can take a shot. Like we talk about chins in the game, yeah. I don't even know what to call that. I don't know what to call this fighter. There's something. It's almost. It's like a unicorn. It's like a unicorn. We're not gonna see that or him again.
You know what he is? He's boxing Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
Michael Phelps don't have lactic acid in his body. He's boxing's Michael Phelps. There's no weakness. That element of weakness is not in his body.
It's not. It just come forward and to see what happens. And he's getting hit with. Sometimes he's getting hit with huge shots, but there's no power in it. You listen to David again. David Hay on. David Hay has to just stay on, like, giving his takes mid-fight, because it is funny to, like, I can see the shots. He's talking about it. Goes, I can see the shots. I'm telling you now, there's no power in him. There's no single. It's like, Rod, dude, how do you know? It's like, yeah, I tell you now. From the inside,
It's hilarious. Hilarious.
But no, again,
but it's one of the ones where it's like Parker just got burned out, like, from the early stage of the fight. It's like, yo, you realize that it's one of them things where it's like, if you're preparing for a fight, you've got a tailored game plan for this thing. All camp, these men have told you, this is what we're going to do. This is what's going to work. And in the first round, you've done it. You executed it as practice. Doesn't work. I reckon it broke his spirit. So from like round 2, he looked like he was knackered. He actually looked like he was absolutely shattered. I was like, how are you so tired this early? Because you bulked up. You thought you'd have to back him up with clean shots. And then in that moment, you realize it bounces off him. Unfazed. 0.2 second reaction time to your punches. Like, he's so right back in there. He's just like, oh, flip's sakes. And now I'm just walking back. Andy,
knowing your power won't be.
Andy, no, was he talking to Andy? Andy, fam, sound like Toy Story. He said, you got a friend in me. No, you don't. Not today. It's just Joyce in there.
And what's crazy? Because he must exchange some glances with Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury was under the influence. All I can say is in a good mood, extremely high up, just in life.
He was in the clouds, fam.
And he must have exchanged glances.
That jaw was loose.
All I'm saying is he exchanged glances, and he's thinking, "Shit, we're in one." You know that one when you check your friend's eyes and say,
"Bro, it's when you look at your boy's eyes. He's got that glassy eye look like." It's like, whoa. You know the maddest thing is the craziest part that must play out in his mind. He sparred a couple rounds with Parker. Obviously they're dogs, but they sparred a couple rounds. They moved about before. Parker, like Fury's probably like shoved him and thought, oh yeah, should we ever fight? I can see you got a bit of, you know what I mean? and you watch that man get blown away, bludgeoned by a big, slow, powerful man. That is one of the things you watch him thinking, has he done that? How has he been able to do that to him? That's my dog, you know. I know that brother there.
You know it's real when you give the person the involuntary head nod of approval to say, yeah, you banged him up still. Because he went like this. He went, it's mad because Parker had his head turned. Parker was over there. That's what he gave
it. Like, nah, cool, big up.
Yeah, big up to that, because again, I can't refute how good that win was. Again, like, I know people have got excited. There's a lot of excitement now because obviously victims of the moment. Victim of the moment FC. There's
recency bias, fam. It's the recency
bias. I love recency bias though. It's brilliant because people get carried away. I do like how carried away people get. Like, people are like, bring on anyone. I'm telling you now. He's got it. Joe Joyce. He can beat everyone.
He's number 2 in the world. Oh,
yeah. But then you do what you can't do with Joe Joyce is underestimate him. I think that's the mistake that I think people make. It's like, while AJ definitely, you say AJ has the advantage for sure in a Joe Joyce battle. But then the one thing that you can say when you talk about AJ's negatives is the fact that the tank, the engine for AJ, it's all over the place for me anyway. Where in terms of, you know, from 7-8, AJ just changed. AJ's just not. He can't keep the onslaught just going. When it gets nuts, it's like you start to see me like, AJ, you need time off. I don't know how his body, the composition of him and stuff like that, but as he said, I'm heavy. AJ told us himself, so it's like, that's the part.
About the high work rate fighting. But let's look at his 12-round showings. Yeah, let's look at all of the ones that have gone to 12 rounds.
Yeah,
but Joseph Parker, the first one, boxed a win. Ruiz 2. He looked very comfortable over 12 rounds in that fight. And that
there wasn't a lot of punches thrown, though. If you go back into Ruiz too, there wasn't a lot of punches. Yes, there was a solid jab that went out, but
you want to go out on an all-out war. No heavyweight is doing that. Like, even Joe Joyce, the work rate, there's a lot of punches thrown, but a lot of the thing that does it in this thing is the passive pressure. Just coming forward and then man walking back and then leaning. It's not just they're not like
not like that. I'm saying that Ruiz was not in. Ruiz weren't in shape to even keep.
But what are the traits that Ruiz showed in that fight? Slow feet, plodding. Right. Joe Joyce is not fast in there coming forward. So I'm just saying, let's look at the 12-round showings that he's had. Yeah. So you got the Ruiz 2. He kept him on the end of the jab, did what he wanted in there. It was quite relaxed. You go forward again. When's his next 12 rounds after that? Usyk. Was it Usyk or Takam? Takam went to 11, I believe, before it was called.
And then Usyk was 12 rounds, but
Usyk, both of those are 12 rounds.
Yeah,
right.
That was his performance in terms of a 12-round. And he lost.
But look at how much work he had to do in there with Usyk for those 12.
Yeah.
Right. So I understand that we're saying that, he go bro. He went 24 rounds with Usyk.
No, I'm not saying he can't go 12 rounds.
What I'm saying is Joyce is not going to keep man busy like how Usyk did. Usyk had he had his mind engaged. Fake, pop, fake, and I'm out, bro. AJ was like, just want to put this glove on you. That's why his body shots was like, as long as they land, he's not going to be tied up and mentally doing that. He's going to see everything Joyce does miles away. Look at the Pulev situation.
Fair point. I was saying, let's be fair to AJ. And now, had he won that fight, I would say that's the best conditioning I've seen from AJ in an AJ fight.
The rate of fighting that he had to do.
And what he was doing, I've never seen him in terms of what was necessary from a defensive and a offensive strategy wise. It was good. Usually, you say with AJ, the head movement before, just in the past, I'm talking about, hasn't been on point, and he had these moments where again he'll take a round or two off. But now you said for Usyk, he had to be at his maximum just to get close and stay with him, and he did look good. That was one of the things I say. You know what? For a second fight, it was way better. But again, it's like, does that person bring out that in you? Or does it go down again when you jump in the ring with a Joe Joyce? Is what I'm saying.
The thing is, what I'm saying is, if we look at their traits and just look at their things, Joe Joyce ain't cutting off the ring. Lennox said it on the thing. He don't cut off the ring. He's just gonna follow you and come forward. AJ is better than that for a bigger man to be just walking towards him, bro. He tees off on the look at the sparring video when he was in there. I've never seen AJ look slick like that before.
Slicker than slick.
He had man looking like Sugar Ray in there with how he's having fun. Pop, 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 move, slip, block, just get out of the way of everything comfortably. I'm thinking, bro, I know we're excited, yeah, but we look at Joseph Parker and it's just like he's not ever been the premier guy where we look at Joseph Parker as a benchmark for the top level. Let's do that. Now, blowing him away, it's a big statement. It's a big statement to say you belong in a certain category, right? But that's not Joseph Parker's first loss, right? He came up, the matchup was horrendous. He put on weight and got bigger than he's ever been, and that was the worst game plan. Like, if he was to run it back, he'd probably say I was too heavy in there. Let me go back and try a cut. Because his feet couldn't move. You're not going to beat Joyce standing there and thinking anything in the pocket is going to benefit you. So that's why when I'm looking, I'm thinking, listen, he's a 271 man. Yeah? And he's not even flabby with that 271.
Yeah.
He's just, you're going to keep this man outside and just do it light work, low work rate, and just be smart in there with him. And you'll be good. If your boxing IQ is engaged, you'll be nice. And you've got to have power that he respects with a variety of shots. If you're spinning his head and keeping it going, he's going to have to keep resetting.
Yeah.
And you just take your time, tee off and enjoy yourself. But the minute you start trying to shove him and you're on the ropes and he's leaning on you, bro, you're going to be in hell.
Do you know
that's why I don't think all this talk about Usyk will box rings around Joe Joyce.
But this is why Joe Joyce needs, you know, he needs one of the three. He needs one of the three man them. He needs AJ. He needs Wilder. He needs one of them because again, it's unfortunate for him. What he's a victim of is until we see it, because everyone says, you know, George Foreman Part 2. You know what I mean? 2 point like in this generation.
Yeah,
we have to see him in there with these guys because while it's like it's easy to say, you know what, he hasn't got a chance to stand the other. But again, in boxing, Leonard Ellaby told us you can't say no chance. And there is just something about the guy's steady pressure, the jab that he throws, and the ability. Again, he's closing eyes everywhere. That's the one thing that he can, bro. He's closing eyes everywhere.
Deceptive.
It's just again, it's happening. You're saying to yourself, "Wow, they have to deal with that." And when you got a cut and it's coming down, and when he starts to aim for it, when he's seen the claret and he's like, you know what, I like that target. He's mashing it up. And again, you saw like Parker was dealing with that as well. They couldn't even clean it up. I'm looking at the cut.
They came out next round dripping. I couldn't believe what I saw.
Dripping. And I was thinking, what did you not do over there? Like, what was going on? Was it just advice and vibes? Because again, it took like, you know, when we said me and you in the corner and the faces that we make.
It was just nothing but panic. It was up to the cut. It was just like, well, he's bleeding. You see that? Yeah.
That's mad.
But he's like, do this, do that. Does that keep it in? No. Okay. You got plasters. We say we can't use plasters. No, they say we can't use plasters. You know, like it's so unprofessional in there. It's the worst cut, the worst corner for a cut I've ever seen.
I couldn't believe it, and that's you have to deal with that. You're leaking. You're thinking, and it's giving. All it's giving is confidence. And I'm seeing Joe Joyce throwing shots, and he's got the grit face, and it's like And again, the team is just stepped up. He stepped up. So I'm gonna give him his plaudits. I'm gonna give him his credit. Yes, he can't do the they're talking about him not being able to do the flip anymore. I think asking for a flip after that level of boxing, and I know he's fought heavier man in this Daniel, but it was a tough bout, and he expanded himself. He put a lot of himself into that fight, especially when he tried to like would empty the tank, as they'll say. You know what I mean? When he tried to empty the tank. And he's moving faster than he's ever moved before. I'm telling you now, asking for that was crazy.
Nah, I hear what you're saying. I think people are just highlighting the fact that all these clean punches that he takes, they are going to start to take a toll. Like, he's still a human at the end of the day. And, you know, there are, you know, people highlighting on Monday Night Smoke some warning signs for how he talks and certain things like that.
Yeah.
And we can't ignore it. Do you know what I mean? You can put some stuff down to it being how he is as a person. But there's like, it's just little things that you try not to ignore. You know what I mean? Hopefully he's taken care of by doing certain things. But he's got to be able to.
You never know if he could be a spectrum. If he's just naturally on the spectrum as well. You know what I mean? You never know with that, because even when we used to bust jokes and stuff, I was thinking, right, is he on the like? So then because you don't want to, you never, again, as you say, you never want to punch down, right? In terms of just from a joke standpoint, right? So you want to make sure you know what, like, at least the banter is free flowing on both sides, so we all understand what's going on here. You know, again with the juggernaut, even the last bit, the jugger bit at the end, he meant to say it right. Like, you have to understand, wanna, they practice it backstage. They said, listen, big man, when you win, say you're the juggernaut and go crazy. And then there's little moments where
I'm the juggernaut. I was like, you just
and the celebration was fun. There's one jump. You see the jumps
and the legs come up.
You're too.
He's a funny guy. Joe Joyce he's a BFG, big friendly giant fam. He's a funny guy.
Not the 2-leg back though.
Not the flipping up for the jump as a giant heavyweight is very insane. It's very mad. Shouts out to Joe Joyce, man.
Let's go.
Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. What the hell?
I'll let you go. I'll let you start.
Fury and his fans are down big. You lot are down so bad. It's the weirdest reality that we're in right now, where I am seeing Tyson Fury fans come forward and say, as a Fury fan, I've had enough. I'm like, well, wow.
Well, wait. But on top of that, didn't you have a back and forth with Cattrall?
Oh, Adam Cattrall, yeah.
Tell us about it.
Very fascinating, bro. Very fascinating scenes. So this was on the Undefeated page. Let me just get them up right now. It's actually ridiculous.
Love it though.
I love when people start hitting us up saying, "Oh, at least pretend to be impartial." Big man, what are you talking about? You have no idea about this Undefeated place. So anyway, Adam Cattrall came out and said, "Could we have got this done quicker if every member of both teams really wanted it? Yes. Can we wait a little longer if every member of both teams really wants it? Yes. It's not a good look for anyone if this fight doesn't happen, given how far they've pushed it." So I was handling the Undefeated Twitter yesterday. And just to clarify, I don't handle it all the time, but I saw that tweet and I was just like,
he was charged.
Let's be on smoke branded though. Let's be on smoke branded. So I said, could a super fight of this magnitude involving 2 broadcasters have been done in 10 days? Nonsense. So then I was feeling even more smoky. I said, you've got a feel for guys. At this point, when I tweeted this, I forgot I was in the Undefeated account. I was going to do this on my own account. Anyway, I goes, you've got a feel for guys like Adam Cattrall and Gareth A. Davis. Because now they've got to stay up all night and figure out how to twist this narrative to Fury's favor. So then Adam Cattrall, he decides to come back. And he goes, no need to feel sorry for me, lads. I won't be twisting any narrative. I know you love AJ. And for the record, I believe he is and always has been in. His whole team, including broadcaster, is where I have doubts. Let's see what happens. Then you can judge how I react. So I came back. First thing I had to do was correct that nonsense. I said, any more narratives, Star? Because this isn't the first time you've refused to call a spade by name. We also know that you love Fury. I said, it's funny you can see that AJ wants him, but the concern is somehow AJ's team. These times, Tyson and Frank are the side that are clearly on different pages here. And then a bunch of other people just jumped in who I've never seen before on our page. And they were piling in on him. I said, raw. They were like, oh, your Fury bias is just getting ridiculous. Now you're so far up. And I was like, raw. I didn't expect this. Then it went off.
Could have fight off. You know what? I'm gonna put that up there with the win I had over Bunce in the comment section. Bro, that's fantastic. Once again, that's another name, social name.
And then someone tweeted and was just like, oh, why didn't you invite him on and have it out on one of the shows? I said, oh, we've already had that conversation. Unbeknownst to the audience. When there was a time after when AJ fought Pulev, I think it was, after the fight, they said, who is it that you want to fight next? And he said, look, I want to fight the best. If that means Tyson Fury, then let it be Tyson Fury. Catterall's come out. Next day, I think he was saying something along the lines of, oh, he was a bit scared to say his name there. Oh, he looked a bit scared. I jumped out and I said, this is how you lot set these dumb narratives up, bro. I've seen this man in the boxing space and you look, and I went off in the video. He's responded now. He sent us a DM talking about
he respects what we do.
It was a respectful thing. It's
lovely,
like, listen, I've seen
lovely.
the video. You guys slagged me off, and but it's cool. I respect it. You know, I like the fact there's different conversations happening in the boxing space. And I was like, boom. Then he's like, yeah, look, happy to come on. Let me know when. We'll make it happen. We're going back into the beginning of last year. I believe that fight happened. It's not happened. So when people are saying, just have him on, he's not coming. Just like Tyson Fury fans in general, they'll be in the chat talking crazy, in the comments, loud. But come on, have a chat with us on. No.
You are an absolute disgrace.
I love that soundbite. You know, because it just says what it is. And again, there's disgraces all around. And this what Fury's doing right now. It's an embarrassment. Yeah. When you can get Big Frank, Big Frank and Eddie Hearn to agree. And you're the person you're the person. Again, both them man have had meetings. You know, you have to understand, these two are like arch enemies. They don't want to talk. They know, they understand. They're only talking out of, we've done the numbers, we crunched the numbers. Lads, we can all get paid. Exactly. There's that moment when, when they say, like, it's someone that you're not really feeling, but the check is just checking. The money is just you say, you know what? Everyone put aside however they're feeling.
Let's just go and get this bread.
We gotta go and get this bread.
The fact is, George Warren is the one that was leading the conversations because we knew Frank and Eddie dialogue ain't gonna work. There's gonna be too much shade. It's gonna break down very quickly.
But you have to understand, if Big Frank is sending in his son, that means he's already a part of the deal. He's already saying, look, son, you already know our thing. It's mad. Go and get this done. That's somebody, again, on his side that needs to get done. Because why? The brand, the level of this fighter is not what we think it is yet. Yes, we can say he's known to more. Social media presence is grown. But we're talking about social media changing into numbers, bums on seats, people buying tickets, people want to be there. It's not
the tickets. It's the pay-per-view. Because
that's what I'm talking about. They'll
sell out. They'll figure out. Oh no,
that thing's gonna sell out. I'm talking about people buying the fight again. That's where the money needs to be made because both of these two guys are gonna take most of the money that they'll probably spend on tickets. I don't even think it's gonna cover both of the fighters. Let's be honest. So the money that they're really talking about is the pay-per-view money. Now you already know that you trying to do big numbers against Manuel Char is not happening. I just want to let you know it is not happening at all.
Apparently, Shah's already signed to fight Dubois, Fury, and someone else. Apparently, it's already been signed. Whether or not that means it's going to happen next. Whether or not that's
Dubois, then Fury.
No, it's as in those three names. I don't know what order. So we know behind the scenes there's been some skullduggery nonsense going on. Meanwhile, you're out there shouting deadline this and deadline that. You already probably had this thing patterned with Shah. Like, the thing about this, everybody can see through it. It's like going to a child pantomime and you'll just, oh, no, he didn't. He's behind the draw. That's what it's like watching Tyson Fury. As soon as he called out AJ, everybody, including myself, bro, listen, bro, this is just a nonsense so you can hype up the team to go and fight some clown. And we are watching this thing play out.
Let's not revise history. We saw the first video, the first offer to him. I don't know if I've still got it in here, but it's the humble asks. He's like, hi, AJ. He's got the belts and he's just trying to get this fight. There was a moment in the thing where he probably looked at the landscape of boxing and he thought, wow, this fight makes the most sense, right? And then it's changed. How do you go from that to not wanting it? But then that's still because his personality is so erratic. There must have been a day when he woke up and said, I want the AJ fight. There had to be a time when it was 100% genuine. No matter what Char and all this other stuff that's going on out there, this made sense. Then maybe you might have to ask yourself, is it the response from AJ that's left him feeling unnerved in a sense? Because it's like, this is the best time. You know, when you talk about fighting someone, this is the best time to fight AJ. Usually you say AJ's coming off a loss. He's doubted himself. He said all these things and he's had a breakdown in the ring. Now's the time. But then after you answer the request and he says yes, but then you start to feel as days go by, AJ's giving you, I'm not really on the talking thing. Send the contract. AJ's giving you a level of confidence. You're thinking, wait a minute, why does he still sound like a champion?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
confused. Like, he shouldn't sound the way he's sounding, but he's sounding correct. Then after AJ's giving it, like, then you see AJ, because he must have seen AJ training. He's seen videos of AJ training, saying, bloody hell, this guy's in shape. And because I'm so confident in myself, but the thing's happening now. I can't run away from this one. I'm out of shape. I look mad at ringside. I look mad at ringside. Let's just say that. I'm out of shape. I look mad at ringside. This thing's coming too soon. December. This is the biggest fight ever.
It's got real.
Somebody else has to sign his contract because I can't do it. Like, just imagine, it's getting so real, and I need time. My relationship with Sugar Hill, don't know what's going on because he's somewhere else. What's really good right now?
Of course. Once you submit it like that, bro, we're dealing with what, 9 weeks till the fight now.
Mad variables.
And through all of this, AJ started training, and he's coming off a 12-round fight.
Yeah.
He didn't take much punishment in this fight. He's been in the zone this whole time. He's gone straight into the next one. He's going to be ready. Fury, when was Fury's last fight?
Checking it now.
Tyson Fury is you know, he likes his little touch-up fights just to have a little, you know what I mean, public sparring session. What day is it? April this year. Oh, of course, Dillian White. So It's not the worst thing in the world, realistically. So I thought it was further back. Forget all that. So now he's probably looking at this thinking, all right, cool.
Dillian White didn't take him to the waters.
But he's thinking, I didn't plan to fight AJ realistically. I feel like this thing was a bluff. Let me go out, call him out now. They're gonna say it's ridiculous timing. There's no way they're gonna want this fight now. So I get to look good. Bam, man said yes. All right, cool. 60-40 then. That's what you're gonna have. And He said, all right, cool. All right. So now they're having the real conversations. Frank Warren's sitting there thinking, right, I'll tell you what, we could have this on here. Boom, done the math, seen the numbers. He's excited now. Him and Fury no longer on the same page. Fury wants to do circus and then throw in a last minute Monday 5 p.m. deadline. Frank Warren saying, well, hang about. We got a meeting the same day.
Yeah.
Look, the day comes, fights off, Benoit Shaw it is. Frank Warren's like, listen, don't listen to all that. We're going to still press on with the negotiations because everything was great. Eddie Hearn, positive. Fury's sitting there right now thinking,
it's true.
I need to start training. Because it's happening, bro. And the Tyson Fury fans are backing him into a corner now, and they're getting onto him for just leading everybody up a tree like how he always does. It's the worst time.
And the unfortunate thing about this fight is it says it's final. This is the final one in terms of how it ends or how it looks. You say this person owns the era. That's the problem. Again, this is one of those fights where we've been leading towards this. All roads have been going this way for the longest time. We've been talking about this fight for years. It's been the fight of heavyweight boxing for years. So now you say to yourself, well, I've got to be at my best. Again, Dillian got cut, fourth round he gets knocked out. And he wasn't a challenge. Let's just call it.
Dillian didn't do nothing.
Dillian didn't do anything. So it wasn't even like it was. You can't use that as a barometer to say what the fight against AJ is going to look like. And already from the beginning, Dillian was disarmed. Fury did everything he needed to do to deal with Dillian. Unfortunately, Dillian started so well in the build-up. He weren't talking to him. He was correct, and then he let him tickle him on the thing, which is crazy. I still don't understand that. Yes, those legends gone.
I was just going to say, Dillian's problems are public and known now for any opponent that's going in there.
No, but he took away his ferocity, though. I still feel that there was something that he made him his brethren. That when they're talking about the good times and we shared this and we shared that, I think he stole something because Dillian going in there just angry about, like, you know, the Conor Ben constant chip that he's got on his shoulder. Dillian just being there in a way like, wait a minute, you didn't want to get me tickets for my family, this, that, and the other. He placated him. And then after Dillian comes in, Dillian had his eyes on everything but his challenge. He's at WBC at Wembley. He's talking to WBC Solomon. He's talking to him about why didn't he get to fight my man? No, bro.
Look, man, sorry, I can't even come with you on this, man. I gotta be real with you.
I think
I like Dillian White. I like Dillian White. He's never been Tyson Fury. I don't care about the intensity.
More of a challenge.
I don't care about the intensity.
Offer more of a challenge than that.
I don't care about more of a challenge. He's gonna lose to Tyson Fury.
Wait, you don't think that he could have given a better showing than that himself?
Bro,
that was the best that he could give.
Beating Tyson Fury.
I understand that. I'm not asking that question. I'm saying, do you think he could have
last a few more rounds before Tyson Fury lands an uppercut? Bro, what I'm saying is, there is an off button for Dillian White, and fighters at that level will find it. So when I'm saying to you like this, I can't come with you on this. I never once said Dillian White has got a chance in there. I said I'd like to see it, and it's only because of how I feel about Fury. Dillian White is not going to be the guy that does it because Dillian's problems, unfortunately, are just open for all to see.
I think he let himself down personally. I don't think that I've seen the Dillian that I saw improving before Xavier came in. I saw a Dillian that was getting better and better. Yeah, and the Dillian that I saw in the ring versus Fury is not what I expected. That I never would have thought the fight would ever. It looked not amateurish, but it just looked like you have no right to be in there with him. And I never believed that. I believe in Dillian as a fighter. That's what I'm saying. And yes, the off switch is there, but in boxing, if you get hit clean flush, you're going down. Except if your name is Joe Joyce. Yeah,
yes, but the thing is, the exact same shot now on a few different occasions has got it done for him. So any fighter going into a fight with him, until he shows he can eat that shot and keep it moving, that stigma stays. So anytime that button gets touched, he goes down. Unfortunately, at that level, they're gonna find it, especially with you're there with Fury, and you're shorter than Fury. You've come in lighter than my man, bro. That's why I can't come with you on this one. In terms, he might have let himself down, not done his best. Fair enough, but his best was gonna have the same outcome. It's tough to hear, and I like Dillian, bro. I like the guy a lot. Like outside the ring personality, I like the guy a lot, but I can't even come with you on this one, fam. So it's one of those things, yeah. Styles make fights. It's the cliche in boxing, yeah. We don't know what that AJ Fury fight looks like. I think Fury's gonna ask AJ's gonna ask more questions of Fury, but we know Fury is a caliber of fighter that it could go either way. It's gonna be a great fight. The fact is, we want to see it. Like I tweeted the whole thing like when the Shah talk was getting momentum, and I was like, bro, clearly this was always the plan. And some random Fury account with no picture, as they all have no picture, comes in at me and says, "Oh, he's all playing mind games. Looking at he lives rent free in your heads, just like you and Eddie Hearn." And I said, "You lot sound so stupid with any nonsense that he does. Mind games, bro. We want to see big fights. You should also want to see those fights." Like, if man was running around saying, "Listen, KG, I know I'm not a pro fighter, but I think I could spark Triple G. I know I can. And you just like, bro, what? You're not a fight. You got no intention of fighting. I'm like, take my word for it, bro. I'm telling you, any day, twice on a Sunday, I'd spark Triple G. After a while, you got to call that man an idiot if he's not going to go and prove it. Yeah. Now, I look nuts as a person saying that from someone who's not a fighter, let alone I am a fighter, and I don't actually go through and follow on my word. And this guy's in the same era as me. No, at some point we've got to get in the ring. If Tyson Fury goes in there, smokes AJ, smokes whoever, and does all that, then we've got to say, boom, he's done it. He's the guy. He's the one of the era. And until that happens, we can't. And I'd be happy to say, yo, cool, he got it done. He's number one in this era. He's beat Usyk. He beat AJ. He went and did, and however long he stays after that, cool, he's got it. I can't say nothing. But that's not where we are, and that's the outcomes that we're trying to get to. So I just get jarred when man they will defend somebody's lack of intention to fight. Insane.
I just it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. I've never seen a deal done this quick in boxing. I wonder what's going on in Tyson Fury's mind. So he understands. Even just imagine watching a video where AJ says, "Look, the contract is with the lawyers. Like, I just want him to make sure that everything is correct. You don't just go out here sign anything that's given to you. Are you mad? So you put in this deadline as long as I've received the main thing, all you need to know is I've received the contract and I will sign it, but I'm going to come back with points and say this might need to change, but let's move forward. Let's progress. Everybody is trying to make this fight bar one person, and that one person is a WBC champion. There's no way, Adam, I'm sorry, bro. Like, Gareth, all the man them, all the Fury heavy man them, we know where the issue is coming from. It's not a what do you call it? It's camp. It's not AJ's camp. Everyone's agreed. So now it's just like the finer combing out the details, and it's your guy. So now everyone has to look at. We have to go back to that guy and say, if you sign a contract, forget about it, because that lets us know you were supposed to retire. Remember, let's not forget you were retired. Why did you give away your Ring Magazine belt? I'm still confused by this. WBC and WBC know exactly what this is, because at no point he's retired 3 or 4 times since his last fight or whatever. Not one of them said, "Well, give back the belts and we'll take you that we'll strip you as champion." It's never been done. Why not? Because they're in on it. They know what time it is. This guy has knowing you can't just imagine someone that's been lying for so long, and then we believe him. He's lied. Like,
he's a liar.
You're a liar. You're not a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? It's
so constant. Even Fury fans have come to that point now. We're like, you know what? It's mad backing you still.
Yeah,
it's actually looking nuts. Simon Jordan.
So I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? When you got no more words, you've got no more words, because you don't. And even though something is weird, I rate him at times because he does say it he does say it. Fact, and that's why he doesn't mess around. This is what I think,
and that's why I stick it on Catterall and Gareth A. Davis so much, because they don't. Through all of this, their man will be giving you, there's problems on both sides. No, big man. Call it as it's supposed to be called, bro. That's why I call these man. You're on Talk Sport. This ain't about your podcast, bro. This ain't nothing. This is you're on Talk Sport. It's different. We expect a level of unbiased from a professional place.
Speaking to the masses.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. So for me, I'm like, no. You don't get to sit there and be doing all that. Call this thing as it's supposed to be called. This podcast here is publicly biased. I don't care. If I have a favorite fighter, I'm going to talk a certain way about my fighter. That's that. But I'll own it. So you know what to expect when you come over here. Yeah? Nobody needs to be in the comments talking about, at least pretend to be impartial. No, that's not advertised. That wasn't what you were getting when you knocked on this door. You understand? Go somewhere else. Go Talk Sport where they can give you fake impartiality.
Is that how we're feeling?
That's how I'm feeling, bro. I never come in this thing to be out here pretending it's barbershop energy. I'm barber. That's why I call out these man. I don't care. It
is what it is. Like,
bro.
I'm that guy that turns up to the beef. Yeah, just like, bro, we're in beef. Okay.
That's not sweet. No, but because I just get tired of it, bro. And you know what the funniest thing is? It's so not to make things political, but the Tories are having a week where they're down bad the same week as Tyson Fury, and they both operate the same way.
This is what I'm saying. This guy just had to go to the next political level, fam.
Sorry, I'll come back.
I'm out of there, bro. Thank you, bro, because you just went all the way. Like, this guy.
I'm not even feeling great today, bro. I'm here now. I'm awake.
Liz won't trust us, fam. Come on, bars. But I ain't doing
bro. Tamarco. Hey, listen. Away from this though. I watched that Make the Days Count thing with Eubank and Conor Ben. Let me just say this, yeah, before we go any further with like predictions and who's gonna win and all that kind of stuff. I really am becoming a fan of both of these guys.
Incredible.
I love like this different segment. You know, when you're seeing two people, you're like, no, I actually really like you both. That stuff about Seb and Seb's son and all that. That was so touching.
Yeah,
that was so touching. The picture on his wall when he trains, I'm like, no, this thing, I never expected my heartstrings to be touched by a Eubank Jr. segment, but it's one of them ones where it's like, I knew Seb as well. So it's like when someone talks about someone, I'm like, no, I know him. And I know he must have meant so much to you, for that guy to be your little bro. Oh man. So on that side, I was like, raw, like, I want you to do well in this thing, And then I'll go to Conor Ben, and I see Nigel Ben there. And it's just
father-son. I was gonna say the father-son relationship. Yeah,
it's beautiful, man.
I feel sad for Eubank. I honestly do. I feel sad for Eubank. I think you make mistakes as a kid, and you at some point you want your dad to still show up and be like, "All right, we're here now." Like I didn't like it, but I'm here, son. Yeah. It's just too far that he's not there, and his son's been explicit. You know, when you make certain things on, no, but I'm saying his son's been very clear in saying I need him with me. You know what I mean? At the same time, because even if you say, well, he can jump out like Joker out of the thingy at some point, this journey is about. There's so much happening, but there's a bonding that's happening with that team. That is not apparent here. You know what I mean? So you look across and you say, "Rah, look at them now."
But this is where I have to interject on this and say, okay,
bro.
Eubank Senior is and will forever be a showman. He will be there. We've only seen part 1 of this thing. Let's watch before we say any of this stuff. Let's watch all of the parts. They're going to be giving them to him thick and fast over this next couple of weeks. It's about, trust me, Senior is going to be in his corner.
He's going to be in his corner, but I'm talking about needing him in the corner.
Yes, but my thing is, what makes you think he's not involved, just not on camera? The guy is very. I promise.
He doesn't know how to stay out of the. He don't know how to stay out of the light. He doesn't know how to stay out of it. He's gonna be there. He's not gonna. Again, there's other.
How do you make this bigger? How do you make this bigger? How do you make this fight bigger? You wanted the fight bigger next year, right? How do you make it bigger? You add a storyline underneath, a different type of theme. Here's the first storyline: Eubank Jr. might not make weight, so he's eating all this stuff publicly. Why does he have to eat publicly? How many of us have seen Eubank Jr. eat kick like KFC, bro? It's not been the move. But now it's the move. Okay, cool. That's by design. If we think it's not by design, then we're bluffing, bro. Next storyline underneath is his dad gonna be there when that man shows up in the blaze of glory in the giant boots and a waistcoat and a side bag that we've never seen before? We are going to be losing our minds, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, now Eubank Jr. is gonna do a madness. His dad is there." Remember Devin Haney? Bill Haney got off that plane and said, "Where's my boy? I'm here for my boy." And we got gas.
No, wait. Actually, I like what you've done, and you just brought all them up. I'm there right now, yeah? It's good. That was impressive. But now let me tell you this. You see Devin Haney, before his son went to Australia, they did all the work. And he said, listen, he knows me enough. It's me. I'm in there. It's go about your business. Now, when I look at the situation, yeah, I see a trainer. I remember, because let's not revise history. Eubank is dealing with the same trainer that says he does what he wants. He doesn't listen to me. What's that? What's Ronnie? He does what he wants. He just doesn't listen. He's like,
you know what the funny thing about Ronnie is, yeah. Ronnie's he was hard on Eubank Senior, you know, bro.
Very hard on him.
He'd slap him in the face in corners. Them man be in there talking. Eubank not for big slap. I used to always be like, "Yo, he gonna knock you out." What, bro? I don't think Ronnie Davis is a pushover. I just think he ain't got that relationship with. Junior.
And it's a new generation, bro. What I could do with your dad in that time, it was rocking. Start that energy with me.
You Junior. You're fired. You're fired.
In my
Ronnie Davis, he'll be outside that gym for Eubank Senior. Look, he's got me outside. I'm outside.
I don't know what's wrong with him.
Look, you got to phone him. Tell him I left my keys in there. I can't even get home, Chris. It'll be a mess. It'll be a mess.
You can't. So this is my issue. Is this, yeah? So when you talk about the DNA, you remember we've and it's interesting because the one that's going to end up with the most egg on his face will be Eubank. This is the biggest problem, right? You got a fighter that is, again, he's tried to morph into Roy Jones Jr. Clearly, at the moment, with the first state of prep that I've been doing, Roy Jones isn't there. That's one thing we know. Then his son says, I would prefer it to be you. So I understand his dad turning up in the blaze of glory, this, that, and the other. But there's work to be done. That's not done because what we're gonna do, take him out the Roy Jones style. He's been fighting with the Roy Jones style in his last how many fights? Now I know you can say to himself, well, it's a smaller man, he should just win it. But it's not that simple. It's not as simple as, oh well, I can show up like this and it's gonna be fine. No, bro, I need my dad to be a part of this process. And it's so explicit. And the difference is, look at the other dad now that's saying, he's already like, my son's better than me. He's instilling something in his son that's like, yeah, I was a smaller one, but I hit hardest. Yeah, I did this. See, every day he's reaffirming this son. And this son has not got a problem with belief. This son knows that power-wise, I'm a problem. Power-wise, I understand where I lack, but I'm a problem. And even Eubank's like, I felt disrespected when he said,
"Yeah, this kid's got some balls.
He's got some balls."
Yeah, but you know what I thought was very powerful?
Talk to me.
At the end when he was talking about energy. He goes, he gives too much energy to this thing. He goes, I don't waste one moment of energy. He goes, if I disagree, okay. I don't give one moment of it. I was like, this is powerful mind stuff. This is how you see this is Eubank Senior's son. Because when he's talking about the energy thing, it's like you're easily provokes, like you get going,
you
just
react.
like that.
You react.
He's like, that's right. He goes, me, the mind games. He goes, I'm a good talker. He goes, he's a good reactor. He's a good reactor. Like the dynamics of the personalities, he understands it well. It's funny because both of them have the same makeup as their dads in terms of I can rile you, but there's certain clips where you see you like Nigel Benn going for a shake and a handshake, and he just pulls his hands away. And
Yeah.
It's like he gets triggered in the same way Conor gets triggered. Do you know what I mean? Even when they had the clips of it where they're doing the promo bit and they're in the dark and Conor's just kind of like frustrated and and Eubank's just straight down the lens. It's their personalities.
It's the personalities.
So, bro,
someone's going to drag you into it, but the problem is
they're going to drag you
into deep water. You're going to, like it or not, I just want to tell Chris Eubank Jr., he's going to drag you into deep water naturally. Yeah. He has to. He's not coming. Even if he knows he's going to lose, he's gonna go out on his show. This guy has got the biggest chip on his show. It's huge, right? It's visible for all of us to see. Yeah, you've seen it yourself. You know it. He's a reactor. He's this. He's that. And yeah, you can say, in boxing, it's too much. I think his emotion goes over sometimes. There's maybe a lot too much right on it, but he'll start to relax. Because he'll say to himself, when you get to a point where you say, "I've done all the preparation." When you've done all the work for all the revision for a test, you don't go in there trying to do last minute revising before you go in. You know what time it is. Now it is what it is. I prepared for this moment. I'm gonna go out there and I'm preparing to see my hand raised at the end.
And the mental journey these guys have been on their whole lives. When they decided to pick up some boxing gloves, it's that fight they had in mind. When Chris Eubank Jr. tells the story of him not being able to watch his dad's fights and seeing it at his friend's house, the Eubank-Nigel Benn fight, that's the first fight he's laid eyes on. Like, this journey for both of these guys has been the longest, and for Conor Benn, it's been a bigger chip because my dad lost. He never got to have his moment. Yeah. So now they're coming in to defend legacies that they didn't build, but they're a part of now. Bruv, this fight don't need no selling. I'm just excited.
I'm stressed. I am stressed. I honestly wished his dad was there. Honestly, like it's not right. It's not fair. It's again, even on radio, bro. He's on radio, like saying, "Well, we gotta see eye to eye, this, that, and the other." His dad's come out. His dad even came when his dad said this. Even his dad talking about Seb the way he did, saying he lost a son and stuff. Like again, I never believed at any point that was just for the show.
What makes you think that Eubank Jr. is not keeping him away from the public because of how he knows his dad is? It could be one of those ones where you're dealing with a difficult parent. I want you there on the fight and all that other stuff, but the rest of it, I don't want you to do all that. Because Eubank Jr. has been coming out with some weird stuff on Eubank Sr.'s come out with some weird stuff on Junior's roll-ups.
Yeah.
The James DeGale fight. He was making some claims there. Now, we could deep dive on it and say it was a plan and or we could just say maybe Eubank Sr. is kind of the whole thing of his son being a boxer in today's era and him being there on the sideline. Maybe it's too much for him to handle, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be one of those things where he literally can't take the stakes of the opponents getting better. The opponents are getting better, and his son is in there with him, and it's like maybe he secretly doesn't really rate his son. So now he's watching him go up, and the anxiety is too much. So now he's starting to sound crazy, whilst also having to remember to back his son. So then on the flip side is, I worry about what my son's gonna do, and also this thing is dangerous, and you can't come up in it. It's like there's a lot of feelings in the pot for Eubank Senior.
There's a lot happening. I don't know. That Seb thing really threw me for his dad mentioning that just threw me, and I said, "This thing here is not. It's not. It. I don't even believe now as it stands here. I doubt he'll be in the corner the way he's meant to be in the corner. I doubt you'll have that. But then I think funny enough, I think that might be what Eubank Jr. might need to push him over, and just because he could be angry about something else, because again, he's gonna walk into that fight. He's gonna walk into that fight seeing father and son together, knowing he has that at home, and he's like, right, he didn't come. I know I'm out on my own, because again, he's gone out on his own. He's his own man now. His dad's doubted him. Again, he went to America. This guy's had it hard in terms of the build up to boxing, because dad was never really backing him in the beginning. His dad was he forced his dad into it. But his dad saying, I'm not forcing me no more. So he's gonna have to do it again on his own. It probably because that will drive me. If I'm in his position and I'm by myself, that might be the last piece that I need to drive me over this fight. This fight is gonna be so electric for so many different reasons. There's so many different things at play. And when the smoke clears and stuff, and you see whose hand is raised at the end, everyone needs to go and support the loser, fam. Honestly, when the smoke is cleared, everyone needs to go. And so, if you care about boxing, you care about boxing community and that, send my man a good message, because the clips, if it's
not gonna happen, bro. If Eubank Jr. loses those food clips, the 60% clips, you should have brought 100, Chris. It's gonna go off. Conor Ben, it's gonna be the same, bro. Why'd you come up and wait? Why'd you do that? It was silly. You should have fought these other. They're both the stakes are so high for both of these guys. Listen, we can't speak for trolls. Yeah, they're gonna be there. They're gonna be there.
The people that care in the boxing community.
We just gotta make sure.
You have to be, because again, they're putting it on the line, and this is what we want them to do, innit? But we've got to play our part. I feel that we definitely have to play our part.
I like both of these guys, fam. They've both. I mean, I was always a big Conor Ben fan, and I was just more like curious of the spectacle of a world where Eubank Jr. is a world champ. But now these documentaries and these little things, I'm like, nah, you know what? I like both of these guys. I do care about both of them still, and I do back Ben to win, but. You know what I mean? I definitely, they both have got they got my support in life, man.
I care about both of these, man. I hope that I honestly hope it goes the way it needs to go, man. And again, this is the one thing that they've done so well, is we just know their worlds, and that's the one thing that they've done a great job in conveying. I know the world of Conor. I'm on the Conor train. I've seen what I can relate. In a weird way, I'm relating to Eubank a bit. And I relate to his journey or his thing with his with family. And I know it's the flip side of us. Like when we have it, like where me and you both have dads at home. Do you know what I'm saying? And you have a present dad and a dad that cares, but he just cares from afar. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and deep down, if you ask him, do you want your dad to be right next to you? Of course I do. But he's not. And he don't even, and no matter how much I say it, he's just can't, you're not clicking onto that. So I that's why I stand with you. I can stand with Eubank and I say, blood, I hope, I totally get where you're at right now. I hope he pulls up and he's with you in this moment, because this is going to bond you guys like never before. You've gone through a family crisis and you're probably asking, what do we do now? Can we become a better version of our family in this moment? And you know what I'm saying? And you're missing out on it for whatever, because you don't believe I'm making a good decision. Just back me in it. Anyway.
No, it's real.
It's real. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's the other side.
You know, there's a part in all this that obviously doesn't get touched on, and it won't obviously get too much of it. But
yeah,
Eddie Hearn is the son of Barry Hearn, who promoted the fight.
It's mad.
Like, on all accounts, my dad put on that fight. I'm now putting on the one of this era, and it's gonna be like there's so much history in this thing.
So
like Eddie, people don't. I mean, obviously we speak about it enough, but Eddie coming up and following his dad and taking Matchroom to the heights, he's nuts.
It's nuts.
For it to all his histories coming together,
all this history, all this legacy. It comes like it's mad. So when you watch that documentary, make sure you guys go watch this on Matchroom. When you watch that documentary, yeah, and you hear Barry, and then it switches, but Eddie Hearn's doing the voiceover. Then you hear Eddie as well. Big up Eddie.
Yeah.
And you're like, raw, like this is it. All roads leading to this. Like, listen, this is Undefeated Pod. I hope you guys enjoyed another episode, man. I don't know what we're calling this one, but we'll just I don't know what you're gonna call. You got a name, bro? Because we're gonna ask.
Impartiality. Oh, I love it.
I lied. That's wicked. All right, wicked. Well, till next time. See you later.
Take care, people.
Yo, people, thanks for watching the Undefeated podcast. Make sure you
like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that good stuff, man. This is the place to be.